Hello and welcome to another update of the ocean conditions using satellite sea surface temperature and ocean color chlorophyll imagery from May 30th through 31st, 2023. Overall, we've observed the Gulf Stream at approximately 83 degrees extending through the Florida Straits and then slowly cooling to 82, 81, and 80 as it extends past North Carolina. Starting to the south and working our way north, overall we have seen some heavy cloud cover in the south. Looking along the Keys in particular, we can see a relatively large offshore flow of warmer green water and the Gulf Stream pushed relatively far offshore with a counterclockwise rotation here extending through the lower Keys and the upper Keys. To the north, again, some cloud cover here. We can see some circulation here off of the Stewart area through here and here, as well as a little bit further north off of the Sebastian area, a relatively large eddy here off of the Cape Canaveral area, as well as north off of the Matanzas to St. Augustine area. We can see some clouds here off of the Jacksonville to Savannah area, unfortunately, and then a relatively large eastward push of the Gulf Stream with a large eddy here off of the Cape Fear to Georgetown area, circulating a filament, a relatively large filament south, and then a large blended blue eddy core in the area. To the north, again, we can see some clouds through here, but relatively stable conditions along the western Gulf Stream from Cape Lookout to Cape Hatteras. Looking south at the Bahamas, we can see an overall counterclockwise rotation here along the northwest Providence Channel. Some warmer Gulf Stream associated water has been observed extending southeast, and then it circulates here off of Abaco, forming a relatively large clockwise rotating eddy. Additionally, this overall pattern has pulled some cooler water from the south along northern Eleuthera and then north off of southern Abaco. A portion continues to form the eddy core here, as well as a portion extends to the south off of Abaco, creating some favorable conditions along this edge as well as along this edge. Looking at the associated chlorophyll data, again we can see here this relatively large clockwise rotation extending along the Florida Keys. We do see what appears to be a relatively large offshore flow here off of Miami, indicating there's an eddy circulating some favorable water inshore off of South Florida. To the north, we can see these relatively small eddies here off of the Cape Canaveral to St. Augustine area. Again, we can see the Gulf Stream and this relatively hard push to the east and then extension north with the large eddy filament in this area. And then looking to the north, a relatively stable western Gulf Stream edge along Cape Lookout to Cape Hatteras. With this in mind, as always, if you would like the most recent analysis for your area, please give us a call at 321-723-5759. You can order online at ROFFS.com, or you can reach us via email at fishing@roffs.com. Thank you very much. Tight lines.